to an anime pod. Oh, all right, y'all. Welcome back to another episode of the Actual Anime Podcast. I'm your host Stefan, with my lovely co-host Caleb and GKG already
What's
here. You
going
already
on?
know another
Let's do
episode,
it.
another fine episode. So look, hey, I've been living life. I've been living life. I've been living life, man. So I ain't been watching no new anime. I have been keeping up with One Piece.
Mm.
Zoro versus King dropped. That shit is
Hmm.
fire.
Yo,
That shit is, bro,
yo,
bro. Hey, I know we talked about what Henry Thurlow said last episode, but bro
Yeah,
might be backing it up. I'm
low
saying
key.
bro might be backing it up, bro. So that's what I've been doing. I've been keeping up with One Piece and just chilling, man.
okay.
Yeah, for me, I've just been trying to keep up with all the new push for I would say outside of anime, just like the entire series of like video games and everything that's going on. So I watched the Super Mario Brothers movie from the last time we was on. I started playing Tears of the Kingdom that was out.
Hmm.
Uh, I've been keeping up with release dates of like the Tekken trailers and the Mortal Kombat trailers. So
Hmm.
I'm telling you, like I've been like trying to keep my hand on the pulse of everything that's going on right now. And I'll just
Yep.
say, like right now, 2023 may be shit for the rest of everybody, but right now, like people in our community, we are eating this year, bro. Like this thing is
Yep.
going crazy. So yeah,
Yep.
that's all I've been doing.
Yeah, this is up there one of the good years for video games, anime, movies. Bro, when summer comes out, we got movies stacked. It is
I
no
know.
Dude, it's
joke.
gonna go crazy.
Dak, bro.
My wallet is screaming at me right now. Like
Hey.
Feeling that.
yeah. But I've been catching up with the Star Wars game, Fallen Order.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
haven't played the recent one. I got to go back and play the first one, and then
Mm.
I'll go back to the other one because I'm hearing
Gotcha.
really good things about that one,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I like the way the story is going. If y'all have played the Fallen Order, but
I
yeah,
think I
it's
played part of the yeah.
okay. Yeah, it's really good. Like you said, Caleb, with all the Tekken stuff going on, Mortal Kombat trailer just dropped a couple days ago. That's going crazy.
Hmm.
Street Fighter's coming out soon. I
Yeah.
did
I saw you played it.
bro.
I
I
saw
got
you
my
played
ass
it.
whooped.
I know
Like
you got your ass whooped, but I saw you
I,
played it.
I, it was at a point where I was like, I don't even care if I lose. I just want to test out the characters at this point because
Yeah,
Yeah.
the game looks clean.
I'm
Fuego.
definitely getting it. I'm for sure
Oh
getting it.
yeah,
Oh
for
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah. So what I'm starting to do is I suggested like a new idea of like buy like weekly of how I want to do like a video game wrap up of all the articles, new releases,
Sure.
gaming news coming out. So I do that every week now, and
Yeah,
it's
Hell
like a
yeah.
10-12 minute video, just to keep everybody in the loop of what's going on.
mm,
So PlayStation Showcase is coming.
I know,
Yo,
dude.
yo, I don't know what they bring in, but I'm hearing some things. So,
Heat, bro. I
yeah.
know they
Hey,
got to be
it's
bringing
gotta
heat.
be, bro. It's
yep,
got to be.
yep. So, anime wise, again with One Piece, watching that. Hell's Paradise.
Yep.
Um, what else? Doctor Stone. I'm watching that.
Ooh,
Yeah, that's all that's been going on with me.
sweet, sweet.
Yeah.
All right, Caleb. Topics.
All right, let's get into it. All right, so we're gonna kind of try to stay short and sweet. I'll try to stop myself from straying because some of these topics are gonna be a little, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna be a little
Yeah.
hot.
Yeah,
So, all right, so the first one I got after the success of the Super Mario Brothers movie, as it has passed the 1 billion mark worldwide, do we have a successful blueprint for a successful franchise movie outside of like the main one? So like the MCU, the DCU, everything. Are we going to get an NCU, like a Nintendo Cinematic Universe? Are we going to get a live action Zelda? Are we going to get a live action Metroid? Maybe a Star Fox? Are we going to get like the big Nintendo universe and have it all come together? And what did you guys first think of the response from the Super Mario Brothers movie? Because I know I watched it, and first off, I'm gonna let y'all know, for anyone who hasn't watched it in the comments, if you guys grew up playing anything with Mario, I'm talking all the way back, like the original Donkey Kong, the original Mario Kart, Super Mario Worlds, everything. it will hit the biggest nostalgia bone in your body. It is crazy. It is crazy.
Yep.
So I don't want to like get into spoilers because Ellis, I'm telling you, bro, you need to watch this movie.
You definitely gotta watch it, bro. You definitely gotta watch it.
I know
talking about it.
I know.
I don't want to spoil nothing, but like, there's so many moments in the movie that reference to like older games. Like they even reference like Punch Out in that game.
Yeah,
like,
I know, dude.
Yeah, bro. It's like, whoa. Oh my god. I think that movie is phenomenal. Phenomenal. Definitely is paving the way for like further down the line, like Zelda movies, Punch Out movies, damn near stuff like that.
Oh yeah,
like,
basically
bringing back older classics. Yeah, definitely for sure.
Okay, so I'm gonna give my take a little bit since y'all both have seen it. I'll be brief. And B more, we talked about this like maybe 2 episodes ago of how the movie did so well. Yeah, this movie did like really, really good. And the way that Sonic, when the way that Sonic came out, and you saw how that did good.
Yeah,
Mario just upped it even further. They hit the stratosphere with that. So with this movie, it's gonna open the floodgates for all the other Nintendo characters coming out. And I suggested, if you remember, Metroid, Star Fox, Donkey Kong, they all gonna have their separate movies like the Avengers come together, and we might have a Smash Bros. So who knows?
That's what I was saying, bro.
Who knows?
So I was pitching the idea, right? Is like they build this NCU, right? Like the Nintendo Cinematic Universe, and again, like everything you just hit, it hits everything. And then we get like the Avengers Endgame is the Smash Brothers series. Right. And bro, I'm telling you, if they do that shit, bro, it might be the largest, most successful franchise in history. I'm being dead serious. So I just looked it up. Right now, the Super Mario Brothers movie has grossed over $1.23 billion worldwide, setting multiple box office records, including the biggest worldwide opening weekend for an animated film, passing Frozen 2, and the highest grossing film ever based on a video game. It became the highest grossing film of 2023 and the 5th highest grossing film of all time.
Crazy.
Bro, we're talking about Super Mario.
Yeah,
like,
bro.
And it's doing that type of impact.
Yeah.
Now imagine the places that we could go with this movie. And that's kind of what I wanted to talk about. Like, y'all ever play Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Winter Games?
Yes.
Bro, we have a Sonic world. We have a Mario world now. Are we going to do a collab with Sega and Nintendo? Is that where we're heading?
Bring them together. Mario versus
it's going to be wild.
Bring them together.
And then like it could go anywhere. And I think that we really now have a blueprint going forward of all of the people who grew up playing these. I mean, because as long as I've been around, these characters have been around. Right? I grew up playing these games. Like Link is like close to my heart. Mario was close to my heart. Seeing some of the clips, I want to be very vague, but B, you remember what I'm talking about? Like seeing some of the clips where Mario gets some of those abilities. I'm like, no way. Like, it was crazy.
That whole battle sequence with
at the end, it was crazy. And I love how they just spun everything together perfectly, and they left it wide open. So like and this isn't a spoiler, so like you don't have to listen if you don't want to, Ellis. Right. But there's a moment in the movie where Peach looks up at the stars and is like, this world, like the universe is huge. This is just one world in this massive universe.
Yep.
Low-key may be referencing to the NCU.
Maybe.
You know?
Because I thought you were gonna say that light could be that Smash Brawl.
Oh, that would be wild.
That'd be fire. That'd be fire. No, they definitely alluded to it. They definitely like left it up in the air for interpretation. Like, hey, we not the only people out here. There's more. There's more.
Yeah.
So this definitely is the blueprint, like moving forward. All I'm saying is I want a Zelda movie. I want it.
Yeah.
I want to see Link. I want it, bro. And even with all the success of like Breath of the Wild and like Tears of the Kingdom, it's gotta happen. It has to. Like, you're leaving money on the table if it doesn't happen.
Yeah. So my thought process is going forward for this like potential universe they're going to build, right?
Mm-hmm.
First thing, be at the end credit scene without me even, spoiling. You know what I'm talking about? That final end credit scene.
Yep.
We're going to get a Super Mario Brothers 2.
Mm-hmm.
So that's already confirmed. Like we're going to do it. It's been brought back. Just for reference here. It beat out some of the movies it's beat out. It beat out Avengers Infinity War in money.
Mm-hmm.
It beat out Captain Marvel in money because that way made 1.1 million or billion or whatever it made.
Mm-hmm.
It's beat out Spider-Man Far From Home. It beat out the opening weekend was the biggest opening weekend even before Avengers Endgame and Spider-Man. Is it No Way? Which one is the one with all
Far
three
From Home or No Way Home?
No Way Home.
No Way Home. Yeah, it had the largest opening weekend ever. So it's not a money thing. We know that people are going to go watch the movie. I'm concerned about them. So when it comes to like comic books, right? The reason that there's such a big change in comics is because there's so many different worlds, right? You can write, a world where Captain Marvel is a woman instead of a man. And there's no one has a problem with that, right? Like you can write a series where like you can write anything you want and everyone's cool because we all understand there's different comic strands. They cannot do that with video games. Like they have the content.
Yep.
Right. And we had talked about, what were we talking about where they had the content already given? Oh, it was if they're going to do a God of War movie.
Yeah. Right? Yep.
So if you have the content, don't fuck it up. Right. Like you have years and years and years and tons of video game storylines already written. So I'm hoping that Nintendo stays close to home on that. Because I swear on my life, if I start seeing some bullshit, I'm going to be pissed, bro. Like,
I don't think Nintendo would let bullshit fly. Definitely nothing attached to their name is going to be bullshit. I know that for a fact.
The only thing that I'm scared of, and I know I have faith in Nintendo and the company, whoever makes these movies. The only thing that I'm kind of worried about is who's going to be playing these certain characters. Like, we can't just have no average Joe. We can't have no random.
There was a big thing about what was it, Chris Pratt playing Mario?
Like, but he did great.
He did great.
He did great.
What I'm hearing, he did good.
He did great. Mario don't usually talk, so it's like bro was
and the original
anyways.
Yeah, the original Mario voice actor was in the movie too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna ruin it and let you know when it happened, but like he's in it. Right. You can hear him. And it's great. But eventually, like I just hope they don't. I don't want to get like too into like the wickets here, but I hope they don't just start casting people that are just, why the fuck are you then?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I don't want them to start casting people just for the sake of casting a big name.
Yeah, like Denzel Washington cast as Link or something. I'm gonna be like, bro, what the fuck is happening?
Samuel Jackson is Zelda,
bro. That'd be kind of lit though. I ain't gonna hold you.
That would be pretty fucking lit, bro.
But no, characters like that, we don't need. We need to. That's the only thing that I'm kind of worried about. But I have faith that they'll do good.
For sure. But moving forward, video game movies might be the wave, bro.
I think so, and I think because I think with superhero burnout that's been going on with all the like Marvel and DC stuff that's been dropping, the fact that it was received so well gives me hope for the future, and I really think we're going to see a lot of things going forward that are going to be based off of video games, and I think there's going to be a lot of success around it, right? So like Mario did great. Now we had the Last of Us did great. Uncharted did great. Like movies that are based off of video games are eating right now, and all of us are going to have that nostalgia come through and just wipe us out, bro. It's going to be crazy.
Yep.
So my official rating on the movie was 8.8 out of 10. I thought it was great. I think there were parts where it felt a little rushed, and there was. I'm gonna be very vague here. The rivalry bee in the very first half of the movie, you know what I'm talking about? Felt a little forced.
Yeah,
it didn't really make a whole lot of sense on why they were rivals, but I get it. Like they are eventually, but they didn't really build up onto why it felt that way until the very end of the movie. So I wish that was a little different. But overall, I gave it an 8.8. A lot of nostalgia. Love how they referenced everything. It was great.
It was literally how they reference everything in that movie is so crazy. It's so, like even the minor details, like how I was just mentioning Punch Out. Like if you're not looking for it, you won't notice it. But
You'll
like
was
just, oh my god, everything about that movie was just so.
And then, bro,
so good.
the nest they had in Mario's bedroom, bro. I was like,
Yeah, like there's
it was crazy.
callbacks to other franchises, bro. It's so
Yeah.
insane. That
Damn,
movie,
that's dope. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely have to check it out. I've heard really good things. So we
Yeah.
can only go up from here.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it's on Prime now. I think you can rent it on Prime.
It should
Oh,
be.
okay.
It should be.
Dope.
Yeah.
But
Bro,
go ahead,
definitely
watch that.
worth the watch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Next topic we got, unless y'all got any other final thoughts on the Super Mario Brothers movie.
I'm straight, bro.
All right. Next topic. Zelda Tears of the Kingdom has officially dropped. I was online reading some responses to this game. And I am seeing, this is no exaggeration. IGN was one of them. So like we all know to take IGN with a grain of salt. Bro, I'm talking like I read 10, 15 articles saying the Tears of the Kingdom might be the greatest game ever made.
Perfect.
Literally nothing wrong with it, bro. Like
it's all
the
I've
people,
seen.
yeah, it's all I've watched so many reviews, I've watched so many streamers, I've watched so many YouTube videos, I've read so many articles. Everyone's like, everything, all the critiques they had for Breath of the Wild, they fixed in Tears of the Kingdom. There's no game-breaking glitches, and it has an amazing storyline. I've only played 10 hours, and I'm hooked. I'm fucking hooked.
I was watching a video earlier of like the channel's like Brutally Honest Game Reviews, and he literally makes it his mission to nitpick every game.
Yeah.
So he'll be giving games like 30s, 40s, and they'll be to me they look fucking great, but he'll be giving them 30s and 40s. He literally gave this a 99 out of 100.
Yeah.
He only gave it a 99 because he was like, I gotta keep like true to my channel by nitpicking something, but there's nothing to nitpick. This is like a perfect game. And I was like, damn, dude. Literally every review I'm seeing is 100 out of 100, 10 out of 10. The lowest I've seen is 93 out of 100, and I had to dig for it.
Yeah,
and
I'm talking everything.
And I'll say the people who haven't, the people who are, it's a handful, but the people who are actually giving this a kind of a low score are the people who have never played a Zelda game like that.
Yeah.
So they don't really know the story and the lore and the gameplay, and they never played Breath of the Wild like that. So I can.
So my biggest critique of Breath of the Wild was there were times, because I got a lot of backlash when I said this originally when it came out. I said there are times in the game where it doesn't feel like a nostalgic Zelda game. You know what I mean? There are just times, and it's just I felt the entire time I've been playing, and I haven't beat the game, not even close. Every time I've played Tears of the Kingdom so far, I felt like I was playing like the original Ocarina of Time. I'm talking like it was crazy, but with just better graphics.
Majora's Mask, all that.
Like Twilight Princess, like it was. It might be I think it is. I think it's my favorite Zelda game so far of all time. I can't find anything wrong with it, bro. I can't.
Yep. It's crazy how big they made the world in this game. And literally from what I'm hearing, transitions from like the Sky Kingdoms to the regular world to like the underground caverns there's no loading. You can literally fall from Sky Kingdom past the world to the underground caverns and you will not be met with a single loading screen. Like it's all seamless. Crazy. Everything is seamless on a Switch.
I know.
It's
so
crazy.
That's where I was kind of concerned, right? Is like, how are they going to bring this new fresh take with all these amazing graphics and all these new gameplay mechanics to an older system? Because we don't really think about it. The Switch came out, was it like 2016, 2017, something like that?
I was like early 2017.
Bro, it's like 7 years old. It's crazy. The fact that this is still being pumped out like that, I was like, bro, this game is, it might be, God, and it's so hard for me to say this, but it literally might be the most perfect game ever made. Not the best game, but like just
as far as polishing and everything, one of the most perfect games. I can definitely see that.
Yeah, and so I was kind of going back on a tear, looking back at old games that I would have considered when I played them first time around, quote unquote perfect games, right? And it demolished every one of them. Every one of them. Like, the only time I've ever gave a game a perfect score was when I first played Pokemon Fire Red. I went back and played it as an adult. It's like my favorite game of all time. It was like I gave it 100 out of 100. It was perfect. I gave Elden Ring a 94 out of 100. And I gave GTA San Andreas a 97 out of 100. Just because I love the game. It's just like a classic.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Everything else is in like the high 80s, mid 80s. Every other game I've ever played of all time. This game is like, I don't know how to not put it at least at a 98 or above.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't even think you could nitpick something in this game. You can't even like walk around and try to find something wrong. Because
I don't know.
nothing. Like literally,
Yeah.
you could be doing a mission, get completely sidetracked to finding some shrine or following some animal and fighting in a war. It's like there's so much to do in this game, bro. I'm so excited to play it. There's somebody up here. I was like legit watching him play it because he brought his Switch and he let me play like 15 fucking minutes while we were just chilling on break. That game is so beautiful, bro. I don't know how they did it on the Switch, but graphics wise, everything is better in this game. Everything.
It's true.
It's just so insane, dude. Just looking at the sun is something so like beautiful. And I'm a thug, but that's a motherfucking rainbow. I'm like,
I'm happy for y'all Zelda fans. Granted, I'm a Zelda fan too. I just haven't gotten into the franchise like y'all have. Like I'm a newcomer, so I'm just now kind of. I've had Breath of the Wild way back when it came out, but I just never got around to playing it like that. But I really have to play that game to play this one first because I can't.
Yeah,
I can play it, but I'm not gonna get the story like that.
Yeah,
So I remember I started playing. I think I played the original Minish Cap on the Game Boy Advanced. Was my very first Zelda experience ever. And then I went back and I played every Zelda. I think I've played probably every Zelda title that's ever been released. I think.
Yeah, I think my introduction was Ocarina of Time. Because that's when Zelda was like going fucking nuts. I think that was my introduction to Zelda.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think the Wind Waker was really what sold like on the GameCube was really the game that like, okay, I really like. I really like Zelda.
Yep.
And I just never stopped. So I have a really big experience pool for Zelda.
Yeah.
This is probably the best I've ever played.
Yep.
Dope, because there's a lot of them that came out. There's a lot of Zelda games.
Zelda knows
I know.
how to put out content.
And like I still think like Twilight Princess has like it's probably the second best I've ever played. Mm-hmm. Either that or the original Ocarina of Time. Like they're both timeless games. But this game is something different, man. It really is. It's something special. And you know how we all have those games where we've been waiting for the second one to come out, you know, or like one of the sequels, and it's just disappointing.
Yep.
That's not how this game will never disappoint. Any true Zelda fan will be ecstatic, and it'll be the only thing they want to play for the rest of their time, probably of 2023. Yep. And bold claim. I know it's early because it's May, and we haven't had Spider-Man 2 drop for the PS5 yet, and we haven't had the Elden Ring DLC drop yet, and there's a couple of things that else we're waiting for this year that are going to be like really big blockbusters. This is going to take Game of the Year.
That's fair.
It's just like it is, bro. I don't know how else to say it. Like it is so good. There's nobody who could play this game and like just give it like a 6. There's just no way.
I mean, if you're a hater, you could probably give it a 6. Or you didn't play the original Breath of the Wild, because I will say, like, if you didn't play Breath of the Wild, you're not gonna feel the improvement in this game.
That's true.
Because if you didn't play Breath of the Wild, you're not gonna notice. This is better. This is better. I didn't see this enemy in last game. You're not gonna notice that. This is gonna be like a fresh experience for you, which is good and bad in a sense. So I mean, if you a hating ass nigga, then hey, you can probably give it a 5 or a 6. But it is what it is. This game, for the reviews that they have out for it now, I can definitely see it winning Game of the Year. Just strictly based off reviews. We, again, like you said, we ain't got the Elden Ring DLC. We ain't got Spider-Man yet. But if everybody is hyping up this game to be 100 out of 100 right now, and probably will for months coming, I don't see how it wouldn't win Game of the Year. I don't know. Everybody is saying it's perfect. I don't see how.
Yeah.
So
it would take a Herculean effort to really even make me think. Like, I think the only way I could unseat this as the game of the year is if Spider-Man 2 dropped and it was just it's got to be like breathtaking. It's got to be some seamless, no errors. Every time you swing, there's no glitches. It has to be a literally perfect game for it to even compete.
I'm gonna just say this. Like, I am not ruling anything out for this year.
I'm not.
That's true.
I am not ruling
dropping this year.
I am not counting anything. I'm not betting my money on one specific horse in the race. Because when I saw an article on Insomniac, they said this is the best Spider-Man 2 when it comes out. This is going to be the best Insomniac game they've ever made, period. Like, of all games.
Yeah.
Of all games. So I can't say I really want Zelda to win. I really do. And I'm not even saying like that. And I want that for y'all. But I can't rule anything out yet.
Oh, yeah, no. This year,
I hear you. And like, even the hype that's been built around this game, the fact that you're going to be able to play as Peter, the fact that you're going to be able to play as Miles, the fact that Venom will be in the game, the fact that we're probably going to get a black suit Spider-Man, it's going to be crazy. Like, there's going to be so much callback. That game is going to be seamless. I guarantee you Insomniac's going to go all out for that game. But bro, this game, I'm telling you, there's something different about it, and it's on a Switch. That's what blows my mind. Yeah. That's what really puts it over the top. Like, we don't have PS5 graphics. We don't have Xbox One X graphics. We don't have PC graphics.
And it's still
a fucking Switch. And it's cooking. Like,
that's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah. I like that point that you made, Ellis. Look, this year in general, so crazy for gaming.
Bro, it's one of them years.
Fighting games are eating. RPGs are fucking eating.
It's definitely one of them games. Like, it's one of those years. So, like, when you think about gaming, like, world, like, just period, I would have to say 2023 is going to be up there in, like, a special year for gaming.
Yep.
It's one of those years.
It's just, like, overall, like we were talking about earlier, it's going to be probably what I would say a community year, right? Because we got The Flash was coming out in June. People are saying that's the greatest superhero movie ever created. I still think it's The Dark Knight, so that's some bullshit. You know, we have Super Mario came out this year. Gaming's eating. We're going to have so many, like, franchise-changing titles in gaming and anime. Like, I'm pumped, bro. The fact that they're talking shit like that in One Piece, like, they got to bring the heat on that. So we know that's coming. We have the second we're going to have all the Demon Slayer stuff that's coming out later. Like, this year might be the biggest impact year probably of our generation in gaming, anime, and, like, the entire community. I just can't think of another year where it's going to be dropping this many game-changing titles.
Yeah, this is definitely a community year. I think so. Yeah. Literally, everyone's pleased. Like, games are dropping, animes are dropping, movies are dropping. Like, literally every demographic is eating, is happy, just chilling. So this is definitely going on, like, the record books. One of the best years of gaming and anime culture.
Yeah, I definitely am. I'm gonna call this the year of nostalgia. Honestly, that's what I'm gonna call this. 2023. That's
gonna be a topic. We pick a gaming year that, like, was the most special for you.
Yeah,
that might be a topic.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do that. All right. So, speaking of nostalgia, our next topic, there's gonna be a new Beyblade anime called Beyblade X. Can they recapture the original lightning in a bottle? Because I don't know if y'all remember when Beyblade dropped, it was like a splash of hot water in a pan. It was there. It was exciting. Everyone loved it. And then it disappeared.
Yep.
Right.
It was it. So do you guys think that it's going to be an epic remake failure? Or are we going to have this generation capture the generation of, like, our generation's Beyblade love? I kind of want to hear you guys' thoughts on that.
So I watched a few videos about it. I think it has potential. I saw a few panels from it. I saw the main villain supposedly. I saw the main character kept with the spiky hair. Obviously, all Beyblade MCs have spiky hair. It's just it's just a Beyblade thing. But I think it'll be I don't think it'll be a failure. I don't know if it's going to be like an introductory type thing for Beyblade in this generation, or if it's just going to try to keep the nostalgia and the hype from, like, older Beyblade generations to try to please them. But
Yeah.
I think it's got potential. I didn't see much from it. I just saw panels and characters, but it's definitely got potential.
So I did see a little bit of it, yeah, but I would say it's just different times, bro. Like
Yeah.
it's a lightning. We're gonna get one of those few shows that's like a lightning in a bottle, and I think that's was one of them. When Beyblade came out, and I wasn't really a Beyblade fan like that, but I knew how big it was. It was almost as big as like Yu-Gi-Oh at the time.
I'm telling you, bro.
Yeah.
Like when I went to Target and Walmart, when it was like those Beyblade things, those toys, I had a couple of them. And Beyblade Let It Rip shit. Like, I was
yes, sir. Yeah.
Like, I don't think we're gonna get that kind of hype now. Back then, it was way different. I think with the new generation of kids and like these younger audiences, it's just so much so much more different things out there. And this is gonna get looked at, but I don't think it's gonna be like a tidal wave of new fans for Beyblade. That's just what I think.
Yeah, so I was reading a couple of articles about it, and from what I understand, it's supposed to be a reboot of the entire series. So we're gonna see, like, it's gonna basically restart, tell a whole different story. Everything is gonna be new. Everything's gonna be different, right? So that's what I've been reading. But my fear is, so I don't know if you guys remember, but like when we first came through with all of the classic shows, right? Like Pokemon's Indigo League, Yu-Gi-Oh, the entire first 5 series, right? Like they tried to redo those series later on for next generation. So like we had Yu-Gi-Oh 5Ds, then we had Yu-Gi-Oh GX, and then we had Pokemon, all sorts of crap, right? Like it just never hit the same way that the original one did. It never caught fire the same way the original ones did. You don't see kids collecting Pokemon cards in binders like we did when we were kids. You don't see, you know what I'm saying? Like that never hit the same. I remember there was a kid on my street who had the battle arena for Beyblade, you know, the big orange thing. Where you guys, like, normally we would just do it on the concrete or whatever, but he had the battle arena, and I was so jealous, bro. I wanted it so fucking bad. And we would go over there, and we would just let it rip all fucking afternoon. It was the same shit. You would just reassemble that. You would reassemble it, and you just let it go, and you'd be talking your shit, too. As a 5-year-old, you know, a 6-year-old be like, oh, you know, whoop-de-woo, whatever, da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
And we would just let it rip all fucking afternoon. I don't think that we can do that again. You know, it doesn't have the same audience pool that, like, you can see.
Yeah.
Like I was talking about earlier. Who's the main character of Yu-Gi-Oh 5Ds? Can you guys even name him?
No.
I know what he looks like, but I don't know the name.
Exactly.
What was it? Yu-Gi-Oh Yu-Gi-Oh GX, Yu-Gi-Oh DX?
Yeah.
Where they were fucking riding motorcycles and shit.
Yeah. We can't even name them.
I can't even name them, bro. Just
generic, so like
anime MC.
It's hard to, when you have that, people want to hold on to that for so long, right? But it's just not the same.
It's not.
Every time there's been a Yu-Gi-Oh movie after that, or every time there's been a Pokemon movie after that, it just doesn't have the reception anymore. So I don't know if you guys heard, Ash is no longer in the anime anymore, in Pokemon anime.
Yeah, no.
Like he officially retired.
Did they move over to like a different character? Or
there's a different MC. No, it's a different MC, totally different. But the ratings tanked because we don't have that draw anymore. Why would we watch it if Ash isn't in it?
There's no.
Like it's about Ash Ketchum. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like so, this generation has to get a new MC that they identify with in Pokemon. But how the hell can you do that when Ash was such an iconic character? You know, all games followed him. It's like, even if you look at like newer titles, when we started playing Heart Gold and Soul Silver was like a big thing in our middle school. I don't know if you guys remember playing that game. First of all, one of the greatest games ever created. But we were challenging Red, who is Ash, for those of you guys who don't know in the comments, you youngins, on Mount Silver. That was the whole point Gold went on his journey, is to find Red on the top of the mountain. That's the whole reason. So it's hard to capture that moment again in history And I think that's why I'm afraid that this is going to fail, man. Because like I look back at Beyblade memories so fondly sometimes, and I try to explain it to this new generation, and I'm like, yeah, we had these metal discs that we would just put on a rip spin and just let it fly,
Bro.
and they're like, why the hell would you do that?
But listen to what you just said though. Like we had actual physical objects to play with. These
That's
kids
true.
now they
These
are
kids
in a
don't play with
digital world.
objects.
They don't care about any of that anymore.
TikTok, Instagram, all that.
Yeah.
They don't go out and play anymore. So
yeah, that's
like
true.
they're not gonna be out there spinning Beyblades, throwing Bakugan, playing Yu-Gi-Oh.
Bro.
They're not gonna be doing any of that.
Yeah.
Bro, they're not. They're like, let me scroll
Yeah.
on TikTok and see what new freaking Instagram, all that. Nah, bro.
Yeah.
Nah, bro.
And I honestly feel like it's sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sucks to say, man, but I think they're trying to bring back something that's not for this time. So I said it's got potential, but I think it has more potential to appease to like the older nostalgic people, not this generation. So
and I don't know if even the people who didn't play, you know what I mean? Like even the people who didn't play with any of these characters, I guarantee you, I could go down to anyone in our age demographic, all the way probably up to like 35, and show them a Blue Eyes White Dragon card, and they're gonna know what it is.
Oh
like,
yeah,
they're not gonna know who the characters are necessarily, but they'll know what it is. Everyone can recognize like the Kanto starters from Pokemon. Everyone can recognize Dark Magician and Blue Eyes White Dragon. Everyone can recognize what a Beyblade is. Everyone knows what a Bakugan is. We all played Bakugan. Like it was.
Hey, bro, I used to be up at 6, 7 in the morning watching Bakugan, bro.
Bro, on that Saturday morning cartoons, these kids will never experience that.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I just don't know why they're trying to. It's almost like they're tarnishing a legacy, in my opinion. If that makes sense.
Leave it where it's at. Just leave it.
You should have just left it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, that's my thoughts on it. I don't know if we can bring it back. I hope it's good. For their sake, I hope that we have a whole nother generation. But if I ever had kids, I'm showing them my stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm showing them my old school stuff. I ain't showing them the new stuff.
For sure.
Yeah.
It'll probably be a good show. I'll say that. It'll be a good show. I don't know if it's going to be good for this generation, but it'll be a good show for sure.
Yeah. All right. So coming up on this next topic, I don't really have a whole lot of info on it, but I heard that it had a great reception for the early showings of it, and there's been a lot of really good hype around it, especially in Japan specifically. But if anyone has any info on this, I'd be open to hearing because I kind of want to get into it if it's really good. Psycho Pass Providence film opens in July. Is it going to be worth the plunge for those people who are not used to it, who's never been involved in it? Should we take the dive and get into it? Should we get invested? Is it worth our time? Because apparently people are saying it's worth the investment. Has anyone watched it or anything?
No.
So I watched a little bit of Psycho Pass, and it's basically, it was a while ago, so my knowledge of it might be a little like dated, but it's basically where it's this society where technology is super advanced, and basically the police are using these kind of gun type scanner things to test the criminal intention of people, to either lock them up, put them in jail, or give them jobs in society. And the higher your criminal intention is, it depends where you get placed on in like society scale. So people with low criminal intention, they're going to get put in jobs and government jobs, stuff like that. People with high criminal intention are going to be working field work, stuff like that. Just stuff to where you're not doing much. And the main villain is this dude, I want to say, I think his name was Shogo something. Shogo, some type of Japanese last name. And his main philosophy is he wants to change the entire system of how this world works. Like, what makes a human a criminal? Like, what makes a human technically a human? What gives somebody like the tendencies to commit crimes and like boost up their rating and stuff like that? Why is our society like this? And the FBI organization is kind of like an underground, like Navy SEAL type organization. It's trying to basically stop it. So I didn't watch much of it. It's a good show. It carries that theme really, really heavily throughout the show, from what I remember. It's a super heavy theme. As far as the movie, I watched the trailer of it. It looks good. I'll say that. It looks good. Yeah. If you didn't watch the show, it probably won't hit crazy. I didn't watch much of the
Yeah.
show, so
So
it'll hit with me, but it won't hit like, damn, this is the best movie I've ever watched. Nah,
so
nah.
I'm gonna say that I did watch the show with season 1 and 2. I did watch the
Mm-hmm.
first movie. I think they came out with like 3 movies actually. But yeah, I would say when it comes to psychological type anime, it's definitely in like the top 10 because it's that good of a show. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not saying it's the best. I'm saying it's the best psychological anime.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
But yeah, how you explained it, it's like you point the specific gun
Like the little
at
scan. Yeah.
yeah, and they scan it. If you going crazy, the gun is lethal. If it's
Yep.
not if it's with good intention, or if you're not like an enemy or whatever, it doesn't trace you as like an enemy. And the
Mm-hmm.
concept of this show is crazy. It's like Law and Order, but like in a technological type world.
Pretty much.
So it's
Interesting.
pretty much. It's really good. And like I said, I seen the first movie. I really enjoyed it. I am excited for this. Honestly, I didn't even know a Psycho-Pass movie was coming out this year.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for it. From what I've seen, it's really good. Yeah, I just need to go back and watch the. Yeah, like I said, I think they made like 3 movies. I need to watch the other ones to get.
Mhm.
I gotta go back and recap. Or damn near
for
first,
sure.
I gotta finish the fucking show. But
It's good.
I gotta
Yeah.
go
Really
back
good.
and recap.
Yeah. So from what I've been hearing, it's almost like Blade Runner meets iRobot in an anime
Yeah.
type of thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's kind of like the vibe I was picking up on it. But apparently it has a really strong following, especially like in I would say more underground is kind of like one of those terms we just throw around, but almost in like an
Right.
underground type of anime community. Like it's small but strong, and people are
Right.
saying it's definitely worth the time, and it's a really highly rated early showing.
Oh yeah.
So I'm kind of excited about
for sure.
Isn't it crazy how mainstream anime is coming? I know this is kind of out of left field, but like
No, yeah, I agree.
is it like
Yep.
the fact that we see people like I know we touched on it probably in earlier episodes, but people are just acting like they've liked anime their whole lives when we grew up. You know what I'm saying, with your OG stuff, and everyone's like, "Oh my gosh, Demon Slayer is so great." I'm like, "Bro, you haven't watched the cornerstones, bro." Like,
Right.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that some of these smaller things are getting their time. You know.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
You know,
For sure. You don't want like, don't get me wrong, the real big mainstream animes are carrying, but you still want to show love to like the other ones, like the underrated ones. You still gotta show love to them too, because they're great too. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of animes that like shit, even we haven't watched that are fucking like phenomenal.
Oh yeah.
We just haven't been exposed to them. So,
I was. Who recommended me one? It was one. I think it was How to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon. I don't know if y'all have ever watched that, but
I heard of it.
It comes on my Crunchyroll from time to time.
Yeah. So I watched it finally because some dude was like, "Bro, you gotta check it out. If you like SAO, blah blah blah, you need to check it out, blah blah blah." So I was like, "All right, fine." So I checked it out, bro. When I tell you, if this had a different title on it, if it wasn't
right,
if the title was, like like if it had a Naruto name in it, or if it had whatever, this thing would be like a #1 anime in the world. Seriously, it's really good. But it's because it's like they don't have a big draw on it. I think there's a lot of people who are really talented writers who like really have a lot of good ideas that because it doesn't have the backing of that community, it just doesn't get the attention it needs. I think
titles are important.
Like a perfect example is Psycho-Pass. Like I hadn't even really delved into like the community that is behind it, bro. It's this apparently like it's really, really strong, man. I'm
saying this top 10 when it comes to psychological anime, it's definitely up in the list. Yeah,
it's just surprising. Like I'm glad that this year, we were talking about earlier, 2023 really is like the year for our community, bro. I'm glad that these type of movies are coming out. I'm glad that these type of titles are getting their recognition. Hopefully, it does a strong showing in the United States, so that it kind of gives an example to all the smaller ones that you can be successful, even if you don't have a One Piece title or Naruto title or whatever Bleach title attached to it.
Yeah.
So the final thing I got, because the reason I bring it up is because there's talks of a reboot of one of them. We already had a remastered version of one of them earlier on in the PS4.
Yep.
And I want to talk about which one of you guys, if you guys play them growing up, what do you guys feel about them, and the excitement of coming out. So there's talks of a Spyro the Dragon remake for the PS5 coming out. It's supposed to be, it would be dropping in sometime in 2025. I think it's like early 2025, maybe late 2024. So Battle of the Classics, Crash Bandicoot, or Spyro the Dragon. I don't know if you guys played them when you were growing up, but those games, I had a dual copy of a GBA on both of them. And then I played the original Spyro on the PlayStation. That game was hard as fuck for me as a kid, bro. Because I was not good at video games.
I was chasing Nasty Nork through the fucking lava levels, and I kept jumping on the platforms. He was faster than me.
Yeah.
I think that was my first time I rage quit as a kid.
Yeah,
that was my first
absolutely.
time. I couldn't catch him. That dude was way too fast. I would get just close enough, and then he'd jump, and then I'd be like, man, what the fuck?
I'm like, God damn. And then the iconic, I don't know about you guys, but I was walking, this was probably like 6 months ago. I was walking in a very large mall, and all I heard was, wow! And I started looking around, and my wife was like, what are you looking around for? I said, you didn't hear Crash Bandicoot? Like, he's around here somewhere, bro. I heard that sound.
I swear I heard it, bro.
I swear. And she's like, what are you talking about? Yeah. And it's just different, like the iconic sounds and the things that we grew up with. It was crazy. Like, I hadn't played the game in probably 10 years, and I just heard, wow! And I was like, so which one do you guys rank as the more iconic gaming title? Because I'm pretty sure they were both PlayStation exclusives.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah, they were.
So which one do you guys rank more in iconic to PlayStation gaming?
I'm gonna say Spyro.
Really?
I'm gonna say Spyro.
Okay.
I'm gonna say Spyro. Really? We can even take it into categories, bro. Like level design. Spyro you could go to different realms. Spyro was more open, more explorative. It rewarded collecting all those gems and collecting those fucking sheep that you have to burn up. It was I don't know if it was one of the first to have kind of like a hub world system where you could just chill in the main area and then you could go to the different realms if you wanted to. Right. But the level design in Spyro is so you could be in like a frosted tundra, and then you can be in like a volcano area. You can be in like the mainlands with the plains and all the grass and trees and stuff like that. It's just the level design in Spyro. Granted, Crash has great level design too, but it's just really linear. And I feel like once you play one, you've basically played all of them to a degree, if that makes sense.
Okay.
But with Spyro, it's just everything is so. Granted, I'm a big Spyro fan. I'm a big Spyro.
I see.
Spyro, Sly Cooper, all that was me.
Oh
that was
yeah.
Me as a kid.
Original Ratchet and Clanks, bro. Come on, man.
Yeah, that was me as a kid. I played Crash Bandicoot. I didn't play every single title, but like Spyro, I played damn near every title. So I'm taking out the bias because Crash was great too. But like characters, I don't know if I'm gonna give that to Spyro or Crash, honestly. Because Spyro had some good characters, but Crash had some like Cortex, bro.
Yeah, come on,
that's a iconic villain.
Cortex is iconic, bro. Nasty Nork is cool too, but I think I would probably remember Cortex more.
I think so.
Yeah, the Nasty Nork, or what's another Spyro fucking villain?
I'd have to look him up, but
I'd have to look him up. But
I haven't played Spyro in a long time.
I'm gonna say Spyro. I'm gonna say Spyro because I just feel like Spyro did a whole bunch of things, not better, but I feel like for the avenue that Spyro took, I feel like it killed.
Oh, I'm stupid, bro. Cinder was one of them. Cinder was a great villain.
Oh my god. I love that series. The Legend of Spyro.
Yeah. And then Legend of Spyro: A New Beginning. Yeah.
A New Beginning, bro.
And then there was Malefor.
Yep.
Sorceress, Dr. Neo Cortex.
Yeah.
Was a Crash Bandicoot one, and Spyro had they had a crossover event for both of them. Bro, there's some iconic villains on Spyro's side too. Don't sleep on them.
Yeah, don't sleep on them. I remember when I was playing the Legend. That was one of my favorite games as a kid on the PlayStation 2, the Legend of Spyro, when I was like meeting all the different dragons from the different elements and like learning, and then I fought Cinder. Oh, I love Spyro. I just love Spyro. So I'm gonna say Spyro. That's me. That's me. Because
Okay.
even like Sparks the Dragonfly, like Sparks doesn't talk, but he's
Yo,
just got
Sparks
Yeah.
was
so
that.
much
Yeah,
like
I like Sparks.
personality. I loved Sparks. I mean, the Legend of Spyro games, yeah, he talked, but like it was weird how they made him fuck. Who voiced him? It was a comedian, but it was weird having him talk when I like never heard him talk
Yeah.
before. He was literally just my
Yeah.
homie. But yeah, I'm gonna say Spyro. I'm gonna say Spyro.
Okay.
Okay.
So all right. So I'm gonna go. So Spyro, love it. I love Spyro. I played Spyro just as much as I played Crash Bandicoot, and I'm talking about the
Mhm.
OG PlayStation 1,
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Crash 1 through 3, and Spyro 1 through 3. But I'm gonna have to give it to Crash because I only say that because Crash I feel like is more commercial, of a more commercial success.
Yeah.
When Crash 1, and I was gonna say the opposite of what you said about Spyro. Crash got
Mhm.
some great level design. And like,
Mhm.
granted, Crash 1, you stuck on an island. I remember this vividly. You stuck on an island and
Yeah.
you going through the side of the mountain or whatever. But then
Yeah.
Crash 2 just takes it up a whole nother notch.
That's
You
true.
Mhm.
start in a hub world and you go through different worlds, and then Crash 3 just tops it. And I
Mhm.
was
Yeah.
like, bro, how can you get better than this when it was released at the time?
Yeah.
And I can't forget about Crash Team Racing, bro. This was
Valid.
competing with Mario at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was playing that game heavy. And the
Mhm.
fact that they had
Valid.
to remaster Crash Team Racing, and it looks so good. It's so fun to play. I still have it on my Switch. And the reboot of 1 through 3, and the fact that they made Crash 4, bro. I had to go back and play it.
Yeah.
These levels are hard as shit.
Yeah,
Like,
they are, dude.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't remember this being that hard, but I would when I think of Crash versus Spyro, I think more of Crash games because I played a little bit more, and I can tell you a little bit more about Crash games than Spyro.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
now, granted, Spyro and Crash, they did like a collab with Game Boy Advance,
Yeah.
and they went into like the different worlds and switched off whatever.
Spectacular.
Mhm.
Yeah. But those OG Naughty Dog games and those OG Insomniac games, I'm just had to give it to Crash because it's more of a commercial success. And you got to think, Naughty Dog and where they are now, and Insomniac and where they are now, it's
True.
crazy,
Yep.
crazy.
That is true.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna have to give it to Crash.
So, man, I hate being a tiebreaker.
We're literally like polar opposites right now, bro.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I hate being a tiebreaker. So here's what I'll say. Spyro the Dragon is one of those games that I think it's timeless. I really do. I think it's one of those games that like it really doesn't need to be changed a whole lot. And I think if I were to look at a game title, I would recognize Crash Bandicoot before I would recognize Spyro. However, I think I had more fun playing Spyro than I had playing Crash. So
yeah,
if I'm talking about which one is more iconic to gaming, I think I'm going to give it to Crash. But which one did I actually enjoy more? I think I'm going to give it to Spyro the Dragon. And so here's my argument on this, though. I think that the reason I'm going to give Crash the more iconic gaming is because both of them had great level design. Like, that's just it's just the way it is. Both of them had great character development. Both of them had great world building. It was all great. Crash was one of the first games I think I can remember, and I know I was reading an article about this earlier. Every game RPG later on, after Crash Bandicoot 2, I believe, had the same style of hiding hidden elements to the game. So you know how you had to just chase around the different masks in Crash Bandicoot that were all hidden in like certain parts of the village or whatever. They still have that in today's games. Like, I was playing Monster Hunter Rise the other day, and I have to go find hidden relics in like these off-center parts of the map. The earliest memory I have of chasing that is in Crash Bandicoot. They were the people who pioneered that from what I remember. So I would say the impact and the fact, like I was just telling the story, I heard a Crash sound. I didn't even see it. I just heard the Crash sound. As an adult, having not played it for 10 years, I have to give that to Crash Bandicoot. That's crazy. Because I would never be able to do that with a Spyro sound. But I remember vividly, I think that was the first time I ever rage quit a game, was playing Spyro, and I was sitting there just tears in my eyes. Just like, why can't I beat this game? But I have more memories playing Spyro than I do having memories played Crash. I just think Crash is more iconic and recognizable. So iconic to gaming, I'm going to give it to Crash Bandicoot. But I agree with B. I think I had more fun playing Spyro the Dragon. I just think it's and when this game comes out, I don't care how much it costs. My wallet's gonna hurt. I'm gonna get this game. Like, I'm just gonna have to.
Yeah. And Spyro does have. So do you remember the whole fucking Skylanders bullshit?
Yeah.
I don't talk about that.
Yeah. Don't talk about that. Like it. I don't know if it was a Spyro game, but he was marketed as one of the main.
But he was in it, though.
Yeah, he was in it. But I think that game is kind of what started the whole. Does Nintendo still do the like amiibo shit? Is that still a thing?
I don't even know at this point.
I don't know.
Am I dated? Fuck, I don't know. But all I know is Spyro solos. That's all I know. Spyro's killing it. Nah, I'm Team Spyro, but I can definitely acknowledge the other side. Like, don't get me wrong, I played both games. Crash was Crash was an amazing franchise. Yeah. I'm not knocking nobody. Crash was an amazing franchise. I just definitely played a lot more Spyro games. And I feel like Spyro is definitely the funner game for me to play, because I don't think I was really all in on like linear games. Like when I was a kid, I wanted to go around and do what I want and like find my own shit. So Spyro kind of like called to me, which is weird because like now that I'm older, I kind of like linear games a lot more. Because I going around and finding my own shit. I got bills. I don't got time to be going around and doing all that extra shit. So I'm gonna say Spyro, but I fuck with Crash. Crash.
And you know what's crazy? It's like Insomniac and Naughty Dog have been around so long. It's like you can pit each like era with Crash and Spyro, and then you got Ratchet and Clank and Jack and Daxter, and then you got Last of Us and like Spider-Man, and it's like a whole they're here to this day. It's like they've been two of my favorite developers.
Oh, absolutely.
They've been on top of it. Killing it.
And if I had to lean towards one, I'm gonna lean towards Insomniac. But Naughty Dog's got some great titles, bro.
Yep.
Yeah, so for sure.
All right, so that's all I had, but I do want to throw this last thing in there before we start wrapping up here. This, like we were talking about, this year is going to be great for a bunch of different gaming titles. Like a bunch of different gaming things are going on this year. But the one title that I think is going to eat the most, fighting games are going out of control, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Street Fighter is going to be crazy. Tekken, all the Tekken fighting things that I've seen, crazy. But the one, I don't know if y'all have watched it, that MK trailer is fucking lit. Bro, that MK trailer, if the game looks like that, it might be raps.
I feel like I need to see gameplay. I need to see.
I was gonna say that. I was like, I can't say anything. I can't bet my money on one horse in the race, and I don't want to pit each fighting game against each other.
I'm getting them all.
But
I'm getting them all.
Yeah.
I'm getting them all. But I need to see gameplay for Mortal Kombat for sure. Like the trailer, I probably saw it about 10, 11 times. But
bro, that game looks crazy.
It's dope.
It's insane.
It's dope,
bro. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Liu Kang in that when he went. I was like, no.
Yeah.
So do y'all know the story so far? So
of MK?
So apparently, Luke. Okay, so for the people who don't know, Liu Kang is a god at this point. He pretty much did a Thanos snap and erased the whole Mortal Kombat timeline, and he's starting fresh. So it's gonna be a reboot, but not really a reboot. So
it's damn near a reboot. I just need to see gameplay, bro. I can't make an opinion because Street Fighter 6 has gameplay out. They've got an open beta out. Tekken, I've seen gameplay. They be dropping different trailers, different character trailers almost every other fucking week.
Every damn week,
every week. So I just need to see gameplay from Mortal Kombat. I am not gonna be that dude who's like Tekken is gonna fucking beat everything. I know I was that, a few episodes ago that was me. But no, now that I'm seeing more information, bro, I'm getting them all. I don't care.
Yeah, I got
I'm
to.
really getting them all, bro. I can't
Yeah.
I can't pick. I can't. They're all
I
gonna be fire.
respect Street Fighter. I respect Tekken. They both have iconic characters.
Mhm.
You guys know that I'm gonna get them all, and y'all can beat my ass in Tekken all y'all want. I respect y'all not picking a horse in the race. I will sell everything I got. Fuck that. I'm putting all my money on NK to be the best fighting title this year. That trailer sold it for me, bro. I was like, if it even looks half like this is gonna be fucking crazy.
Yeah, that's how I felt when I saw Tekken 8. But it's like I need to see some gameplay, bro. I just need it.
I respect that.
Because a trailer and gameplay are two different. You can make something look phenomenal in the trailer.
That is true.
And it drops like shit. So
that's true.
But
they on the Unreal 5, aren't they?
Yeah.
Bro.
So it's not gonna drop looking like shit. I just need to see something. That's me. I gotta see something.
And these I didn't think they could top the fatalities in the last game, but I already know they're gonna go crazy.
They're gonna go nuts, dude.
They got some sick people working at that company. Like,
they do.
I don't know.
Bro.
And I love fatalities, but the brutalities in that game are gonna be bloody as fuck. They're gonna be so damn bloody.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready.
It'll be crazy.
I gotta pre-order it. By the way, they're gonna have the most expensive Mortal Kombat title ever drop. Like,
I just talked about that.
$250 edition.
I just talked about that in my video. Yep.
I was like, the fuck you think we got in our bank accounts, bro?
Right.
What do you think this is?
The freaking base game I'm fighting for. Like,
damn, bro.
Jesus.
Hey, people gonna pay for it though.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah,
I might be one of them. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Definitely Tekken. I do want to get like if they have like a collector's edition.
Oh, I am.
Tekken,
I am getting that. Collector's platinum, whatever the hell they drop it as. I'm getting it. Hey, Street Fighter 6. If they drop something like that, I damn near might get it
have
too.
the copy
Street Fighter 6 is looking pretty fucking fire.
And they are.
Bro, I'm gonna just say one thing about Street Fighter. Like, for me playing the beta, this is not Tekken. I had to lose all my muscle memory from Tekken.
Yeah,
I had to relearn
and that's
everything.
one thing I'm kind of nervous about. As I'm
because these are linear. These are linear fighters.
Oh yeah.
They're so different, bro.
Like timing, like I know Tekken is like timing is, bro. Timing in Street Fighter, you have to get that shit on point. Like literally on point.
Can you like parry and stuff like that in Street Fighter?
You can parry, bro. That's the thing I'm having a hard time with parrying. I can't parry with shit.
Bro, that dude was beating your ass, bro.
Bro, I was fighting this dude. I was fighting this dude. He was parrying my shit. I'm like, bro, I can't do anything with this dude. He's playing around with me at this point.
That nigga Ellis had me weak. He said, "Did this nigga just perfect me?" I was like, "Yeah."
Bro, it was embarrassing, man. But I like the game regardless. I'm gonna still get it. So
yeah, I gotta get them all. But yeah, that's all I got. That's all I got for episode 25, boys. So,
okay,
y'all got any closing thoughts?
No.
So good to go.
All right,
all good, brother.
All right, B.
All right, yeah. This was episode 25 of the Actual Anime Podcast. If you like stuff like this, follow us on Instagram. We on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all that good stuff too. We'll see y'all in 2 weeks. Doses.
Rock and roll.